What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Hope everybody's day is going well. I'm Armin Hammer. You already know what it is. Back at it again with another Sparking Zero video. So I've had, let's just say, a bit of a perspective change on how they should go about fixing the game. Some of it was due to the recent events of the tournament. Other parts of it, well, to be honest, I really had to think it over. Because, of course, the last thing we want is for this game to end up in the grave like Step Bro did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want this game to be flushed down the drain and then, you know, they never attempt a high-quality game like this again and everything we get after just ends up being a trash can. I'm looking at you, Sonic. But, hey, Sonic's coming back again. Dragon Ball's coming back again. I'm here for it. We're all here for it. But anyways, I'm going off topic. So what we're going to do in today's video, I'm going to highlight this game's problems one last time. But the catch is, instead of just bitching and moaning about, oh, this is broken, that's broken, they need to fix this, I'm going to offer solutions to those problems as well, because no matter how crazy it is, every problem has a solution. It really just depends on how far they're willing to go to find that solution. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first problem that we are going to address is the super counters. Now, if y'all didn't know already, the way that super counters work in this game has presented a problem where players are not able to land combos effectively. Now, I am aware in my other video I said that they should make super counters harder to do. However, it didn't even occur to me the fact that there's really no specific timing for getting off super counters in this game. The super counters really just come out whenever the fuck they want. Right? So what I think they should do is that they should make the super counters extremely easy to do. However, they should also limit how much a player can super counter consecutively at one time. For example, I am going to bring up Jump Force once again. Jump Force had a stamina system, and by that I mean they had a circular stamina meter in the bottom left of your screen. Now, with the use of this stamina meter, you could do a couple things, right? One of those things being you could time a parry to counter your opponent, or you could use the integrated escape mechanic to get out of combos. You know what I'm saying? So what I think they should do for the super counters in this game, they should make an entirely separate meter for it. And the maximum amount of super counters that you are able to perform consecutively is 2. I think 3 is too much, because if we do 3, we're just gonna have the same problem that we've been having this whole time, right? You escaped 1, okay, boom. You escaped 2, all right, now it's time to start landing some hits to get this meter back up. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe that it should show us the opponent's stamina bar as well, assuming they implement it, because if we see that the opponent's super counter meters are empty and mine is full, I'm gonna be like, okay, now I've got an opening, it's time to go in and deal as much damage as possible. Now, in theory, this should encourage players to start learning combos, because the moment you get an opening, you're not always just gonna have the chance to charge straight up to an ultimate, right? So you're gonna obviously want to learn some combos to start dealing as much damage as possible. Maybe use the combo extenders, maybe use some launchers, right? Hit a super move after, etc, etc. And I will add on to the fact that performing combos in this game is not that hard. A lot of people like to say that Sparking Zero has no combo depth. Now, listen here, right? You can't just mash square and then claim that the game has no combo depth, right? You're not gonna progress very far off of an auto combo. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was saying the same thing about Jump Force. Nah, these games have combo depth. You just ain't taking the time to learn it, my nigga. So as I was saying before, right, limit how much a player can super counter at one time. This will in turn encourage players to start learning combos, right? So let's move on to the next. Now, the next problem we are going to address is, of course, the unblockable ultimates. So when it comes to this one, it's not even a question. Like 99.9999% of niggas that have this needs to get their shit taken out the game, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, cause if we gonna be real, there's really no way around it. You know what I mean? Like, if there's not some sort of consequence for the ultimate being unblockable and doing crazy damage, players are just gonna abuse it no matter what, and that's just what it is. Now, there are a certain few characters that should keep their unblockable ultimates, and those are, of course, the crash out characters. And in case y'all don't know who I'm talking about Super Boo and Majin Vegeta. Now, their ultimates are AoEs, they're unblockable, and they do crazy damage. However, the catch is that upon execution, whether it lands or misses, it will automatically leave them at 1% health, meaning they have a 1% chance of surviving the onslaught of their opponent's next character. Now with Vegeta, if you're able to get a switch off in time, maybe you could avoid it. That's a big maybe. If you're Super Boo and you create the right opening, maybe you can regenerate and then switch, have your next character buy him some time. You know what I'm saying? But these are gambling odds, which is how it should be in a game like this. Now, there is a chance that Blue Vegeta has this as well. I don't know. I don't really play him like that, but I know he has the final explosion. But aside from those characters, you know, the crash outs, everybody else should have their shit removed. I don't give a fuck who it is. Kefla players, y'all can kiss my ass, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, the next problem we are going to address is instant sparking. Now, I know in my other video I said they should just make it cost more. I think that's going a bit far. Now, what I would normally say is that they should make it more like Raging Blast 2, where if you charged up to max power, you could either have the ultimate or you have an option to switch it to Violent Rush mode and, you know, do the damage, do the combos. You can't have both. The problem in this game is that they gave you both options in one go. However, as far as I can tell, they're not doing an overhaul of the game's mechanics. They're just doing a patch. So a good alternative, I would say, is a hidden programming for damage deduction in instant sparkings, right? So if a player instant sparks consecutively, it shouldn't do the same amount of damage as it would do if they took the time to charge up to max power, right? Now, if one of those players says, oh, well, I'll just keep knocking you away and charge up to max power, well, I think if they implement the key sickness mechanic into this game, that problem should take care of itself. But anyways, let's move on. And now we are going to address rage quitting, because this is the one everybody loves so much. Now, this is an issue that I feel like needs to be fixed as soon as possible. And since I've already ranted about this enough in my previous videos, instead, I'm going to show y'all why this needs to be fixed ASAP. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a match up on the screen, right? It's nothing crazy. It's about a minute long. And I want y'all to watch what happens in this match from start to finish. So without further ado, observe.
Fusion has a time. So let's hurry up and do this. Come on. You're not the only one with a time limit.
So if you guys couldn't tell already, it wasn't even funny how one-sided this match was. I mean, the fact that I nearly took off 4 of this dude's health bars without him laying even a finger on me is pretty fucking insane. But I didn't come here to glaze myself for anything, right? I'm not some unbeatable god. You know, I can be beaten just like everybody else. Why do y'all think I'm still in A rank? But anyways, I'm going off topic. So we all know about the ongoing issue in online ranked. So let's just say I'm one of these toxic players, right? I can pretty much scope 9 out of 10 players that I come across using this dumbass cheese meta. And in the 1% chance that somebody I run into does figure out how to beat me, well, at that point, I can just leave the game. That way, they don't get a win and I don't get a loss. It's sort of like a neutral reset for both players. Now, the problem that this has created is the fact that there's no real reward for actually being good at this game. It's either you cheese and you win, or you play fair and you lose, and that's that. But yeah, they need to fix this shit pronto. So the next issue we are going to address is, of course, the Afterimage strike. Now, when it comes to this ability, I feel like it should be a ratio of number equals time. So let's just say I activate the ability, right? It should be something like I can use 3 Afterimages in 11 seconds, or I can use a maximum of 2 Afterimages in 9 seconds, right? That way you'll see a lot of players letting themselves get hit a lot less in order to conserve the amount of Afterimages they have within the time allotted. Now, if they activate this ability and they just say, fuck it, I'm gonna use all of my Afterimages right here before the timer runs out, well, of course, the ability will dissipate right there, and if they want to use it again, they will have to acquire the appropriate amount of skill points in battle. I don't believe it should be like, oh, well, they're going to be untouchable for X amount of time. I don't think it should work like that. Now, if you space out your use of the Afterimages correctly, and when I say use, I mean letting yourself get hit, because obviously that would automatically use one. But if you space out your use of the Afterimages correctly, you know, given the situation, of course, one would think that you would be untouchable, but that should be based off of the strategy that you come up with for using it, not the game just giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I believe they could fix Afterimage strike. Next thing, we want free mobility back. I want to be able to fly like Superman across this big ass stage without having to use key to do it. All right, this short dash bullshit, get it out the game. Okay, there's already way too many mechanics in this game that rely on key. Movement itself should not be one of them. All right, we were able to do it in Tenkaichi 3. We were able to do it in Raging Blast 2. I don't see the reason to not put it in this game. All right, Key Blast spam, that's an easy fix, right? Either nerf the amount of Key Blast that can be fired at once, or nerf the speed that Key Blasts are traveling. It's a simple fix, all right? Now, for this next one, oh, I know for a fact a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this one, but in my opinion, I feel like every single fusion character should move up 1 cost in DP points. Yes, that includes Vegito. Yes, that includes Gogeta, Kefla, Gotenks, Merge Zamasu, along with their transforming counterparts. Now, the reason for this is actually several reasons. In fact, one of those reasons is I don't feel like the higher echelon fusion characters should be fitting into 5-man teams. I don't care who it is, bro. And the reason for that is that there's too much broken shit in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Master Roshi, Videl, and Vegito. That's already a triple whammy as it is, and y'all already know why that's the case. But now you got the fact that you can add Yajirobe and Spopovich along in there with him. And let's just say you take out one of the 2s and replace it with Hercule. Well, now you can get a 3 in there. You know, the 3s are actually pretty viable, right? You got Yamcha, you got Raccoon, you got Raditz, you got Krillin. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's way too many people to have on a team with somebody like Vegito. Because, like, the way it should be is Goldilocks and the 3 bears, right? That's the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? The 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf. You know what I'm saying? They don't just get to call up Red Riding Hood. Red, you want to come join in the fun? Nah, I'm good, homie. I don't want none of that. You don't get to have all 4 Ninja Turtles and then have Master Splinter. Nah, bro. That ain't the way this works, bruh. Now, you can have Splinter, you can have 2 Turtles, and then you could have April or Casey Jones, but you don't get to have everybody, all right? You don't get to have Poe, and then you get to call up the Furious 5 like, hey, y'all, come join the fray. Nah, bro. Why do you think they're always separated in the movies? It's because they're too OP together, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I think I've gotten my point across with reason number 1. Reason number 2 is the fact that Vegito and Gogeta on the same team is already nightmare fuel as it is, but now they got Sir Hercule in the back. You can just call him out as a support unit to buy time for the squad wipers. Once he's brought enough time, they can come back out and just wipe your whole squad again. That's too much of a bitch to deal with, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, dog. Like, you can't have Splinter and Shredder on the same team. On top of all that, have April in the back. All right, that's too fucking OP. I'm not even gonna lie. Batman and Superman should not be in the same room together. On top of that, having Green Arrow in the back as support. That's too OP, bruh. All right, it should be me, my big brother, and the little brother. A cold nigga, a viable nigga, and a support nigga. That's the way it should be, bruh. Alright, like, but yeah, in my opinion, I don't think you should be able to have 2 super high echelon characters on the same team. I think you should have highest echelon, fairly high echelon, and then support. Like, that's it, bro. Or you can have a few supports and then a higher echelon character. But I don't think you can have too many, you know, low echelons and then have the strongest dude in the whole game, bro. That's too broken, especially in a game like this with the way it is right now. But yeah, like I said before, I know a lot of y'all aren't gonna like this one, but in my opinion, I feel like it's for the best, because in turn, it'll actually encourage players, instead of picking the fusion off rip, they can pick their fused counterparts, and that in turn would encourage them to start using the integrated fusion mechanic in the game. That way they can fuse when shit gets rough, and one way or another, they still get to utilize the fusion. All right, you know, you'll just take up less space. Now, the very last thing that we are going to address is the androids. Now, I can't really think of a direct way to fix the infinite Dragon Dash, because if you think about it, they have to have the energy mechanic, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Without that, they'd honestly be borderline unplayable if we really think about it. But like I said before, every problem has a solution. You just gotta find it. So how do you solve a problem that you can't fix by direct means? Easy. You solve it by indirect means. What do I mean by this? Well, the question you have to ask is, why are players using this infinite Dragon Dash tactic? Well, it's to stall for time, of course. Well, how do we fix that? Simple. Remove the time limit, nigga. Alright? I guarantee you, after you remove the time limit, and give players a chance to duke it out all the way, we'll see how optimal this playstyle becomes after that, right? I guarantee you we will see a significant decrease in players using this tactic after they remove the time limit, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. Anyways, y'all, honestly, that's it for the video. Like I said before, I just wanted to highlight all of the game's problems one last time before the patch. Now, there is a minor issue that I want to touch up on, but I'll do that in the next video. So for now, we just gonna do a quick recap, and then after that, we gonna call it a day. Super counters, make them extremely easy to do. However, limit how much a player can do them at a time, preferably using some sort of stamina meter, right, like Jump Force had. Unblockable ultimates, take 99.999% of them hoes out the game. The only niggas that should still have it are the crash outs, alright? Instant sparking, if a nigga instant sparks consecutively, it should result in damage deduction. Alright, it should not do the same amount of damage as it would do if I charge up to max power. Alright, rage quitting, automatic win for the player, automatic loss for the quitter, plus a timeout penalty. Afterimage, right? Number equals time, not player is untouchable for X amount of time. As we have seen, that shit is way too broken. Bring back free mobility. I want to fly across the map without having to use key to do it. Key blast spam. Either nerf the travel speed of key blasts or nerf the amount of key blasts that can be fired at a time. Either or would work. Alright? Fusion characters. All fusion characters need to move up one spot in DP battle. Alright? You can't have Vegito fitting in with all these 5-man cheese teams. It's not worth the struggle. Alright? Vegito and Gogeta on the same team plus Hercule in the back is not it. Alright? I don't care what nobody says. Android Dragon Dash spam. To be for real with you, I really can't think of a way to fix it directly. However, we can try to fix it indirectly by removing the time limit, which is the main reason people are using this tactic, to stall for time. Alright? But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed, okay? I believe that Sparking Zero can still be saved. With the community working together, with the devs working to fix and patch the game, it is not too late. Anyways, y'all, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Do y'all think Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is worth saving, or do y'all think Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is beyond saving? Either or, I'd love to see y'all's opinions down in the comments. But anyways, y'all, that's it from me. I'm Armin Hammer. You already know what it is. I love y'all boys. Stay safe. Peace out. And I'm going to see you on the next one.